Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.
This show is sponsored by NatureBox. NatureBox ships great-tasting, healthy snacks right to your door. Forget the vending machine and start snacking smarter with healthy, delicious treats like dark cocoa almonds. Support this podcast by ordering a free NatureBox sampler box at naturebox.com/TMOS. That's right, free NatureBox snacks are found at naturebox.com/TMOS.
Available on demand every day in iTunes and the Google Play Store and around the world on MikeO'MaraShow.com. What more can we do for you? It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
The pot is right in the O'Mara family. Everybody has come back to the roost.
All right, and you picked up the dogs?
The dogs are here. The wife is here. And not that I don't adore my bride, Carla, but my little guy is here.
Yeah.
He got out of the car last night at about 8:15 and gave me the reach, and I loved it. There's nothing, Oscar, you got to get yourself one of these.
No,
you really do.
Hey, slow it down,
I'm more
pal.
concerned about your car.
No, you got to get yourself one of these. Oh, the car situation. Don't get me started. We'll talk about that in the body of the show.
Did the child ever?
The car situation is. I might have to be breaking down and seeking another vehicle.
After he hugged Mike.
Oh, it is Tuesday.
What you don't know is
No, it's
that's an
Tuesday.
old
My ass.
joke. Old joke. It's a good callback 10 years ago.
How many cars do you have, Rob?
What? I just have
How many
two.
cars do you have?
I just have two.
Oscar, how many cars do you have?
I have 3, including my girls.
How many cars does Mr. Mike O'Mara have?
He has
One.
He has
dismantled car.
Guess what? Found out the damage yesterday.
Oh, you mean the financial damage?
But you didn't. You didn't know, and you didn't ask because you weren't in the right mindset. You were in the hospital.
That's right.
Right. I was in the hospital, but you know what the total damage is?
What?
Show me 9,000.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow.
Hey,
It turns out a quarter panel costs more than a quarter.
Oh my God!
I don't know what.
Did she press the gas once you heard the screeching?
You know
you know what? I'm just gonna
was-
finish this off. The whole right side of the car.
Because I was hospitalized, I did not occupy my brain with
You know,
that,
you couldn't do
and,
$9,000 of damage in my car if you ripped up the mortgage while you were getting in an accident.
I know.
What side? What side? And how did it happen? If you don't mind,
Right
Just
side.
quick. Okay.
The side the baby was on.
Oh, the passenger side. Passenger side.
Did she hit the
Do you
the
remember?
guardrail?
No, do you
All I
remember
know
in
is-
Raiders of the Lost Ark when
Yeah.
the truck flips over
Yes.
in Baghdad? That's what happened.
You know, in the gas stations, how they have those concrete posts.
The
Yes.
pilings,
So
yeah.
you don't hit the tanks. Not the tanks. You don't hit the
pumps.
The pumps.
The pumps.
Yeah,
you don't
yeah,
hit the
yeah,
pumps.
yeah.
Apparently, she carved out her territory on one of those.
Hey, but the bright news is, Mike, those things work.
Yeah. And she's safe, which
Yes,
is the most
she is
important.
safe.
Bless your
And
heart.
I love her.
Is she
And I love her, and I could care
remorseful
less.
at least?
I could care less.
Is
I don't care.
did she say sorry?
You know, I think at the time I was really seriously in a hospital bed, and she was trying to get her, act together and get my kid dropped off
But
from
Mike,
Virginia so she could fly to Reno. And I don't, I love her. So I
you
don't
have
care.
to demand an apology now, though. Now that everything's okay, you have to
Wow.
demand it now.
No.
Mike, I don't think you
that's
should
Oscar
demand that.
Santana saying that, ladies and gentlemen.
What
you know what
need
I
to
have
do?
to demand?
What's that?
I have to demand we start the effing mailbag right now.
Oh, you know why? Because we're talking about Mike. It's not about Mike.
No, it's never about me. You know who it's about?
Who?
It's all about you.
It's all about
Right,
good
it's all
insurance
about
rates.
you. Hey, everybody. Time for some birthdays. Barb Moody.
Who?
Let me get my light on here. Hold on a second. I didn't bring my glasses in here. So
Barb.
just say-
Oh, do you think that by not wearing your reading glasses, light is going to help? All you're going to do is feel warmth.
Do you wear glasses at all?
No, I need them now, though. I can't
Do you
read
know
anything.
that light is the whole deal? That's the whole aging eye is like if your eyesight is diminishing and it
Yes.
will as you get older.
It already has.
Take something you're having trouble reading and put it directly under a light and see what happens. You'll be very surprised.
Yeah,
That's what it's all about.
If I had that
Like
much
now I
light, it
see
might
this-
go into flames.
Okay, Barb Moody.
Barb
Moody.
Can you bring the light? This is for our Ustream listeners. Could you bring the light closer to your camera? Because for a second there, it looked like you're on the set of Interstellar.
Yeah. And, Mike, if you would, I know we've got a long show ahead of us, but don't walk into the light. That's just a joke. That's all that
All right.
is. I never meant
Can
to
we
hurt
start?
your feelings.
Yes.
Is the light okay
It
now?
looks- you look great.
Yeah. Meh.
Barb Moody had a birthday on November 17th. Chuck Moody says that she declines to give her age. The Moody's. Anyway,
They're great.
John Dunn of Smyrna, Delaware. Is it Smyrna or Smyrna?
Smyrna. Yes.
Smyrna, Delaware, turned the big 4-7 on November 18th. He's going to have his Thanksgiving dinner catered by Dick Queasy. By golly, these oysters taste funny. Look how shiny the oyster dressing is. Rob and I, before I read it, Rob, I went to oysters first. That's
I
funny.
think it's just tradition.
Oysters,
Yeah.
Oysters comedy. The Bruton family lives in Mobile, Alabama. John Bruton just turned 44, and his son Ethan Bruton just turned 11. All hail the Brutons.
Yeah, they're a great family. They should get together with the Moody's.
Jared Pfeiffer is about to turn 42. Is he of the Cappy Pfeiffers?
No, he's a 1F Pfeiffer. I'm sorry.
Oh, he's a 1F Pfeiffer.
Yeah.
Okay, Jared Pfeiffer. Yeah, that's right. Give him the sad music for that. Jared Pfeiffer.
Consonant.
Yes, he was with us in Reno. Happy birthday,
Oh, nice.
Jared.
Very cool.
Actually, big
Aaron
win.
Smith of Yuba City, California, just celebrated his 18th wedding anniversary with his wife, Marie. Oh, Marie, is you I'm longing to be. Anyway, hold on a second. Where is it? I lost it again. He tells us she is still HAB. You know what that means, boys?
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Hot as balls.
Yeah.
Classy.
Nice work.
Natasha Higgins had a birthday this week. She is a new listener and could be seen standing in line for KIT 2014 at 4 p.m. She got in after the Houts.
Yeah, she was the third person in line.
Really?
Yeah.
Natasha, thank you very much, and I'm glad you had a good time at the show. Love this one. On November 22nd, happy 81st birthday to Dick Brodigam.
Wow.
He listens every day, and I bet he outlives us all. Oh, absolutely, and that's wonderful. Okay, let's get right to the letters, shall we?
Yes, please.
Hello, boys. My first husband, Dave, is turning 34 on
First
Thanksgiving
husband.
this year, and I would love for you to wish him the happiest of all birthdays. Well, she's not married to him anymore?
No, it's just she's implying there's going to be another husband.
Oh, I see. Oh, I get it. I get jokes. Please make his birthday greeting extra special because I'm going to be much too tired to give it up on his birthday this year. What with all the turkey I'll be eating that day, so this will be the best thing he gets.
That's sad.
Love and kisses from Heather Weimer. Rhymes with Heather Weimer.
Right.
Oh, damn it. I'm sorry. Weimer funnier than Weimer. Heather Weimer rhymes with wiener as in penis.
She wrote that.
That's wonderful, Heather.
I like that.
All right, well, let me just say for you, Dave Weimer, I think you got a tough go there, to be honest with you. I hope you stay married. Thank you very much.
Hey, can I offer counterpoint?
Yes, go right ahead.
I'd say turn her loose before the holidays. Save some money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Less turkey to buy for people. Gentlemen,
Presents.
could you be so kind as to wish a very happy birthday to my son, Kevin Corty? He'll be 23 on the 21st. He is a student at UMBC and always talks about eating boxes of ramen noodles to get by. It's a college thing, ramen
Sure.
noodles. A
My
lot of kids
brother
do
went
that.
to UMBC.
What school is that?
It's University of Maryland, Baltimore County Honors
Oh, come on.
Campus.
Oh,
Let's
go.
be honest. It's
Also,
Go Colts.
they used to call it, you must be Chinese.
Because of all the ramen noodles?
No, not the ramen noodles. It's because it's like a math and science.
Oh, I see.
Like
Understood.
honors college.
UMBC.
Yeah.
Your masters at Bolivia College.
The retrievers is what they are.
The Retrievers?
Yes.
Golden
well-
Retrievers.
Well, let me see. This guy is Kevin Corty, and as a birthday gift, I thought about Nature Box Snacks as a great alternative and signed him up for a monthly subscription and used the TMOS code to save $10 off my first order.
Nice.
He will be getting his first box just in time for final exams in a few weeks. In his first month's box, he will be getting salted pretzel caramel pops, Kung Pao pretzels. God, that making me
That sounds
hungry right
great,
now.
doesn't it?
Jalapeno cashews, and some power clusters to help him keep energized for those long nights of studying. Thanks so much for all that you guys do to keep up the funny. Both my son and I love listening to your show. Kevin Corty, I wish you the very best
Isn't that
in
cool?
your college
Super
career, my
smart
boy.
school. Great work.
And that comes from Jim Corty. So
Yes.
very, very nice. All right. Moving along here. Hello, Mike, and the rest of you guys. My name is Stephanie Garcia.
One
That
of
name sounds
Oscar's.
familiar.
Garcia.
Yeah.
Hola.
I am 16 years old, and my dad loves your show. He's always talking about the show and making me listen to bits of it. You guys are pretty funny, but I don't appreciate the way you guys talk about Justin Bieber. That's not cool. Leave him alone.
Leave him alone.
Leave Justin alone.
Leave him alone now.
He's a good kid, and he makes mistakes. No, he's a dick. Anyway,
This is
Isn't
going
it sweet
well.
that his daughter wrote in, though?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Anyways, my dad listens to you guys almost every day, and he says Oscar Santana is an a-hole.
Hey. Settle
but
down
the
there,
show
young
wouldn't
lady.
be the same without him. As my present to him, I would love it if you guys would give him a shout-out. His birthday was November 10th. He is now 37 years old, and his name is Jose Garcia. I know he will love it. Well, hold on just a second. Let me just get
Jose
everything ready.
Garcia.
I really didn't prepare my board.
Maybe
today,
like the
so
lady at the Circus wardrobe department. He speaks Spanish.
Oh,
Yes.
Mike, you never heard this story.
I've been waiting to tell him.
Oh, wow.
It's a winner.
Oh, I thought I got off scot-free.
Let me just say to Jose Garcia, I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I hope you have many more, and you have a very intelligent daughter who is very, very special. I think that's terrific. So the
It's
daughter does
intelligente.
not give her name here. It just says my dad, right? The daughter never gave the name,
She
right?
did it at the front. Didn't she
At
have
the
the front of
front.
the letter?
Oh, Stephanie Garcia.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Stephanie.
Stephanie Garcia. Very good. And Jose, I hope you have a wonderful birthday, and I hope you love this greeting. And Justin Bieber is a troubled
They
young man.
probably don't even speak
you.
Spanish. That's the funny part.
Father,
That's
they have read the
true.
letter that I wrote to them.
I am so pleased that you have given me this special birthday greeting. Anyway, Ian Cubitt
Yes.
writes, "Hey lads, I won a 20-man FanDuel league tonight. Snagged $18 on a $2 entry fee. Sounds like I netted a nice bottle of Cameron Hughes wine." I love listeners like this.
Pretty good,
I
right?
do. I love listeners that do
Good
this.
man.
You are all right, Ian Cubitt. Thanks for the great sponsors. You damn right.
Yeah.
All of our sponsors. Great.
Great.
Next letter. Hey, TMOS, I just wanted to thank you for the great show in Reno. I was happy to meet Rob, Rofo, Mac, and Ponyboy, even though I wasn't sneaky enough to steal the bear. I did have a couple of questions. For Rob, how do you keep all the information you spew out all during the show? I saw how big your head is, and that explains some of it.
Square footage.
But you pull up tidbits on any subject and go right to the song Mike requests in a minute. So the
May I
question
address
is,
that?
how do you do it, Mr. Genius?
No, all I do is it's the fact that I was raised like a veal. I never saw sunlight.
Like a
I was
veal.
I was bred for this job. That's all. Thank
Right.
you. It's very
That's
kind
why,
of him to say it.
A lot of people don't realize that when Rob says he was raised like a veal, it's actually true. His legs didn't work until he was 17 years old.
And also, Mike, was weird is up until I was 10, they covered me in tomato sauce.
Skin milky white.
Oh,
You could have
beautiful.
carved off a piece of his thigh and had a
Oh,
delicious
God.
Parmesan. For Mike, I could not believe how lucky he is to have found Carla. I saw the picture of him with the CPAP mask. We saw them together at the Legacy at 7:30 a.m., and Carla was looking so great. This according to my wife, since I only looked at Mike playing the quarter machine.
Quarter machine.
At 7:30 in the morning, we were.
Sure, yeah.
We were gambling at 7:30. We're such degenerates.
No, you're fine.
I saw Oscar sitting at breakfast by himself, and I was wondering how he keeps his shirts from splitting.
Did
I need to get some of that material for my fat guy shirts. Thanks for coming out west. We had a great time. Did we
Did
get a
I eat
name
breakfast
on this one?
by
Yeah, that's on the
myself?
next page. Kim and Betsy Don from
Oh,
Vacaville,
that's
California.
Kim and Betsy Don from
did.
Vacaville, California. And let me
Thank you.
see, our last one here. Hey, guys, recently my car was broken into, and all that was taken was a flash drive with about 15 episodes of TMOS. If the thief checked the flash drive, I'm sure they are now an avid fan of the show.
Oh, my God.
And while I'm always glad to introduce more listeners to the program, I do have a message for the scumbag. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Okay. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you want. If you're looking for ransom, I can tell you, I don't have money. But what I do have are a very particular set of skills. Skills I have acquired over a very long career. Skills that make me a nightmare for people like you. If you return my podcast now, that'll be the end of it. I will not look for you.
I will not pursue you. Stay in character.
But if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Hopefully this will prevent further issues. Thanks for all the laughs and your help. Mike Schneider from Indianapolis. Start the show, Rob. You hop.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. You can listen to the Mike O'Mara Show at www.mikeomarashow.com.
Stay tuned for an outstanding entertainment program.
It's the Mike O'Mara Show.
Let's get down to business.
From the entertainment capital of the world.
You know what, I need a drink. There's some ice and stuff back there. Why don't you make us all some old fashions?
Old fashions. You think you ought to drink while you're flying?
Well, stop kidding, will you, and make us some drinks. I mean, just press the button back there marked booze. It's the only way to fly. Don't make them so sweet this time.
You want another one? You've had two already. Can't you wait till we're on the ground?
What are you talking about? All right, I'll make the next batch. You take the controls.
I don't know how to fly an airplane.
Well, it's really nothing to it.
But you can't fly.
Well, that's nonsense. Anybody can fly a plane. Now, here, I'll check you out. Put your little hands on the wheel. Ah, that's it. Now you have it. Now the feet on the rudder. You got it? There you go. Feet on the rudder. That's not... Who says this boy can't fly this old plane? There you go. Now I'm going to make an old-fashioned, the old-fashioned way, the way dear old Dad used to.
What if something happens?
What can happen to an old-fashioned, all right?
It's the Mike O'Mara Show. Mike O'Mara, Rob Speedwack, Oscar Santana. And now, from his easy chair, here's Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning, everybody. Live from the Cappy Fiber Studios and heard worldwide, this is the Mike O'Mara Show. We are powered by Encore Insurance Services. With over 26 million downloads, heard daily at MikeO'MaraShow.com and exclusively over the air on the mighty 1630 KCJJ in the heart of the heartland. Go Hawks!
It's funny you should bring it up, Mike. Right before the show, Oscar and I were talking about this kid. He's number 21, a freshman wide receiver, Trev Hadacek. And what were you saying about him, Oscar?
Well, look, he's a freshman, so he doesn't get a lot of playing time, but when he does,
Yes.
he catches that ball like he catches that ass.
That's right, allegedly.
Yeah!
Allegedly. Getting laid all the time. See.
The Mike O'Mara Show is the daily podcast and radio show with the greatest listeners on the planet. Why?
Why's that?
Because they get it. Spent a lot of quality time last night in my sleep number bed. Lifted the back up, lifted the legs up. Really was sitting in that perfect internet surfing position with my laptop. I was just blissful, and I just love that bed. I really think about it a lot. I know to do the commercials. I know you think that they're a sponsor. Of course, he's saying good things about it. The fact is, I think about it a lot when I'm in it. When I got home from the hospital, they have the same kind of like adjustable bed things where they lift up the back and they lift up the legs, but there's no comparison. And my mom loves it too. And by the way, let me say a quick get well to Mrs. O, who's got a really, really bad back issue, and she's up in the nursing center right now because they're compound fracture in her back, and it's very, very painful. So I wanted to say I love you, Mom O. Anyway, getting back to Sleep Number. Holiday times can be hectic times. Routines change with travel, shopping, scheduling, holiday parties. Luckily, one thing stays the same, and that's my wonderful Sleep Number bed. And, I don't talk about it a lot, but I've had my Sleep Number bed for a good long time. It lasts and lasts and lasts. It's not like so many mattresses that you sleep on them for a while, and all of a sudden they lose their you know what I mean? The Sleep Number bed keeps its I want to make sure you know that.
Did I spell that right in the copy?
Absolutely.
Good.
Every Sleep Number bed is available with Sleep IQ technology. You know that. I learn every morning how I'm sleeping and how I can make my sleep better. It is the coolest. Now, remember, my Sleep Number setting is an 80, super firm. I play with it sometimes. I go down to a 50 or a 60, sometimes even a 30 just to be fun.
Look at you.
Carla's is an 85. See why Sleep Number was named Best of 2014 by a leading consumer magazine. And right now, you can save $300 on the Sleep Number P5 bed. It's their most popular bed. No better sleep. Find your Sleep Number setting today only at one of the 450 Sleep Number stores nationwide. Find one near you by calling 800-511-0061. That number, 800-511-0061. Tell them Mike O'Mara sent you. That is very, very important for us. A lot of people, there's been speculation on social networking about that. It's like, oh, they didn't seem to really care. Yes, they do. It's in a database. When you say our name, you mention our show, you mention me, it goes to the people that need to see it. So please do that for us. We appreciate it.
Now, Mike, I don't normally like to jump in, but I teased something. I dropped something
Put
in
that
during the
big
letters
ham
segment.
up in the air. I saw that big ham. That
Honey
was
baked
like,
ham.
But you're
Yes.
gonna like this story, and this happened in Reno, and I can't believe we haven't gotten to it yet. When we were setting up the stage for the live
here we
show,
go.
and we had to bring all of our set with us, and there was stand-ups and things that you would put up at like a convention. One of the things is a
It looked
big.
great. I thought the set looked fantastic.
Oscar did a fantastic job. It was all him.
Thank you.
And
Thank you very much.
There's like a thing that it folds down, and when you open it, it will support what is probably maybe a 12 by 12 foot banner.
It's 12 by 12.
12 by 12 foot banner. Well, to get the banner to Reno, it had to be folded, and actually you transported it for us. And when we unfolded it, it looked okay, and we put it up. But under stage light, it looked creased.
Yes.
because you could see where it had been folded. And
Chubby
we're
checkers.
And we're trying to think. Gosh, I don't know about that. It looks we could maybe get by, and that's when
It's like showing up to dinner in a wrinkled shirt.
exactly.
You look like a jerk.
So the head of marketing comes by and to check on how we're doing, and I said, we're okay. And Oscar says, it's just our backdrop is a little wrinkled. This is when it is just imparted to us that, guys, we're in a huge casino hotel.
Yes.
Immediately she says, well, let's take it to wardrobe and get it steamed. And I said, wardrobe? And she said, yeah, follow me. And we go down a flight of steps.
Rob's
and
like, it's Hollywood.
it is. It's Hollywood. We go down
Yeah,
a
you were
series of tunnels.
You were a lot more excited about this than I was.
Yeah, well,
you thought
I was in better
suddenly
health.
we were. You thought we were being transported into this land of show business.
Yeah.
Well,
You know?
it was.
I mean,
you know what?
let's-
It's as close as we've ever gotten.
Jerryland.
Well, did you take the banner down into?
We all
I have my
did.
own
We all did.
I have my own banner issue that I'll get to in a second.
We-
okay?
we all
I have my
did.
own banner. Sweat my balls off. Climb the ladder. Get the nails out of the wall. Pull my banner down. Fold it up. Jam it in my suitcase where there wasn't enough room. Bring it all the way to Reno so Oscar can say, we have plenty. We don't need that. But give it to the guys and they'll bring it back. After Oscar was the one going, you have to bring the banner.
Hey,
you have to bring the
Mike,
banner.
if
And then I brought the
it
banner
looked
all the way to
great.
Reno.
If you-
And I don't haul banners.
If you-
I don't haul effing banners, goddammit.
Well,
and I brought that
apparently you
all
do.
the way
we
to
used
Reno.
it.
And where
you didn't notice where we used it?
It was huge.
Where we use it?
It was
Where did we
hanging
use
over
it?
the
Yeah.
escalators when you
Yeah.
came down. It made us look like $1,000 bucks, or like $1 million.
Oh, we
bucks.
actually used
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Details,
Ne-
Mike. Details.
Never mind. Well, I didn't go out there. I wasn't out
Oh,
there. I
you
wasn't
never
like
went
you
down
guys,
and up the
you know.
escalator. I'm sure you
No,
did.
he was brought in on gurney.
You guys, wait a minute. Tell the truth now.
What's
Tell
that?
the truth. You know how we got
No,
to
we
the
had to-
stage.
we had to enter
We went
backstage,
down in
yeah.
an elevator
You're
into
right.
the basement on
You're
the
right.
back elevator, the service
The
elevator.
very basement that we had to go through to get to wardrobe, and they take us to this room, and they open the door, they buzz us in, literally, and there are racks that I kid you not are 100 feet long.
Hey,
that are
racks.
nice racks that are.
They
full
buzzed
of,
you in?
Yeah, and then there's like a
Like a
mile
cash-
of black
like a cash
pants.
cage,
Yeah,
yes.
and then a mile of dealer shirts
Yeah.
and pirate
And Rob
shirts.
said,
and
"Look at
everything."
those racks."
And I said, not one of them will fit me. But
Just like in Ocean's 11.
it was really cool.
If we were Bernie Mac and we were trying to get a dealer's a uniform out of it.
So it's me and Oscar and Pony and both interns, and we don't want to wrinkle the banner anymore, so we're carrying it like the flag in an opening
Yeah.
ceremony
Don't let it touch the ground.
on the field. So we've got this 12-foot square flag, we're carrying a banner, and we're carrying it, and they take us to the back, and there is one of those, it looks like from a 1930s Depression movie, steamers in the back of a sweatshop.
They have not upgraded since the 1930s.
And it's just magnificent, old-fashioned looking equipment and a nice, hefty.
I'm
I would
surprised
say,
it was old-fashioned if it was at Circus Circus.
well, Mike, it's what it is. It's retro. It's brand new,
Right.
but made to look classic. And
Very
then
good.
we were introduced to the lady. Her name may or may not have been Rosa.
no, it was Consuelo.
And she was obviously the head of the sweatshop. And we hand her the banner, and Oscar starts to speak to her in Spanish. He says something like the Spanish
Oscar's
equivalent.
broken Spanish that he doesn't speak that well.
We hand her, we sort of are, gestured in by the head of marketing, and Oscar goes up to her and goes, Buenos dias. Banner.
I said there'll be some
Washington,
pesos in this
DC.
for you.
And then she stops and looks at him and holds her hand up and says, please speak to me in English.
Oh no! Did she really?
She did.
And I felt my head go into my shoulders like a turtle. I see Debbie, the head of marketing, turn around, and then Oscar, and I'm sorry to do this to you, but not really. She says, I'm so sorry, but you remind me of my mother.
That lady.
Oh,
and
no!
at that point,
was
Pony
shrinking.
and I turned around, and Pony and I audibly went, "No."
Mike, there was no saving this. There was no saving this. And I said, well,
my God.
there's going to be a lot of awkward time between
Man.
myself and her.
Yeah, because they hadn't even started steaming yet.
Well, no, we hadn't. And you
So
know,
Oscar, who always accuses us of stereotyping, made that the decision.
First
that
of all-
he walked through the door, got buzzed in, saw this lady in the back, and this is what he heard.
I did profile her. But two things were spoken. Three languages were spoken. One was Mandarin, and the other one was Spanish, and the other one was English.
That's right. That's right. It was the
man.
UN
So
back there.
I remember when I went back, and I said, well, and really, if I'm being completely honest,
yes.
my mom, growing up, was a ninja getting anything out, right? So when the lady said we could steam this, by the way, you don't steam vinyl. That's probably something you don't do, but we had to figure out a way to do it, right?
Because the vinyl
Yeah,
had
I was
the creases
thinking that when you said that they'd iron it out, you could probably like peel off
It could melt everything.
the paint on that.
Yes,
right?
but she
mean,
figured out a way to do it without burning the actual fabric.
And while speaking the official language of the United States of America, English.
Without an accent. So we're standing there after I've insulted this lady to, basically saying, I guess you're not FOB, but your look hasn't caught up with your assimilation to
was
this
it
country.
hot down there? Was it a steam room?
It
was
was steamy.
hot?
And also did the Oscar did the tap dance of, but my mother is very lovely. She looks
Yes.
very young.
I saved it.
Yeah,
Not at all.
Not at all. Not at all.
So I had to stand there.
I wanted to be anywhere but right there.
Rob got tired of holding the banner, so he left. So it was me. It was Rofo, and it was Mac, right?
Yes.
And I'm standing there, and the lady,
Or as we like to call it, the brain trust.
That's right.
yes, and the lady is steaming away on this 12 by 12 banner on this little ironing board.
Yeah.
Just this little guy. And I'm helping her shove it around. She's yelling at me kind of and being snappy with me because I just insulted her.
Right.
And I sat there and I said, well, I don't know what to do now except for to tip her as I'm leaving because I just want to do something nice.
No, I think that would be an insult too.
Well, yeah.
right?
So she said, I don't want your cash. And I said, oh, my God. I said, please take it, lady.
So it ended as well as it began.
It was horrible. And
Wow.
Rob didn't see that because I was going to light her up. I was like, you clearly saved the day here.
Yeah.
And she said, no.
Can I give you a $20
No.
bill?
It was really awkward.
Are you familiar with our American currencies?
She was super, but she was super sweet. She was
was.
super sweet to
Yeah.
everyone else.
How old would this lady have been?
54.
I'd
But she
say-
lived a hard life.
I'd say between 54 and 60.
Yes. She was probably younger, but it was probably she probably had some tough times in Mexico.
And
Well,
Debbie-
I know
and
for a
also
fact that
another
when you get
great
to be
moment-
54, you start to fail.
Another
Look at
great
me.
moment was
Look at
when
me.
she finished up and Debbie said, would you like a pair of tickets to the show? She says, I would, but I'm scheduled to work.
I'll tell you, nothing went well in
No.
that transaction.
It
except
was-
for the
Suddenly, Rob
wrinkles.
gives her the translator voice too.
I would, but I'm scheduled to work today. I have to work in a sweatshop that you are employing me in. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend the comedy show that is scheduled for this evening.
Okay, but what Rob didn't see is Debbie looked at me, and she's a wonderful host, right?
The best.
She says, well, I'll give her some great meal tickets. I said, no, I'll just give her cash. So Debbie leaves, doesn't leave the meal tickets, and I'm like, oh, I'll just give her cash. I try to give her cash, and she says no.
Yeah.
She says no, not because she didn't want it. It's because she didn't want it from me.
That's exactly right.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of the Latin insult thing, there,
Yeah,
right?
I got the big L.
I will not take his dirty, sweaty money.
Beat cheeks, gringo. I'm out of here.
So that went well.
Oscar.
Yeah, that was a fail. Thanks for bringing that up, Rob.
English.
Appreciate that.
We'll take a break. When we come back, I will tell you how I measure my days now here in South Florida, sunny South Florida, where it's 47 degrees when we woke up this morning, believe it or not, people. Yes, it's an ice age coming. We'll take a break, come right back on the Mike O'Mara Show.
The Tony Perkins Show.
Hi, I'm Tony Perkins.
Hi, I'm Gary Stein.
On this week's episode of the show, something new, something different. Gary is aggravated about something.
Can you believe it?
Also, we're going to play Trivial Pursuit.
And we're in mourning for Saturday morning cartoons.
Very clever, Gary.
Thank you.
On this week's episode of the Tony Perkins Show.
It's Tony and Gary.
Hi.
Hi.
I'm Gary Stein.
Hi.
Hi, how are you? Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show, brought to you by Harry's. We've been talking about Movember. November is the time when people, like you see them on the Today Show, you see them on different TV shows, people are growing mustaches and beards, really, to support men's health issues. But if you don't want to grow a mustache and a beard, you still have to shave every day.
That's
and
right.
We recommend Harry's. Harry's is really, really terrific. We love this product. We know you will, too. You need Harry's, the official razor partner for the Movember Foundation. I think it's kind of cool that Harry's was the official partner for him, even though this is a beard-growing thing.
Exactly.
And because Harry's knows that when this is all over and we've raised awareness for men's health issues, that they are going to need their Harry's products to get that beard off of their...
Exactly. It's really helped me sculpt my Hulk Hogan look, Mike.
Yes, I love it, Rob. I love that look. I really
he
do.
look tough?
He looks like a tough guy. He really does.
And I am.
As tough as he can. Harry's was started to create a better shaving experience for all men. They ship directly from Germany. They cut out the middleman, and they can offer amazing deals and amazing shaves at a fraction of the price of drugstore brands. The starter set, we've been talking about this. Great way to get introduced to Harry's. $15, you get the razor, 3 blades, and your choice of Harry's shave cream or the new foaming shave gel. And as always, free shipping, and your satisfaction is guaranteed. Now, because I am a very special radio personality, I have a special pipeline to Harry's, and that is with Rob Spiewak. And that's why I'm asking Rob once again, Rob?
Yes.
Call the good people at Harry's and get me my razors.
Yes,
Thank
they'll
you.
be there by morning, certainly, by nightfall.
Yes. Are you going to do it, or should I just?
Are they waiting at home, or?
No, we haven't hit them up. The last thing Mike said is that the razors last forever, which they do.
Yes.
No,
so you
I
said you
asked
didn't need them.
That was 2 months ago.
We have tape of it. I asked you specifically for my Harry's razors, which come to the P.O. box from for the TMOS
And
show.
they haven't arrived yet?
Oh, stop it. All right, go to Harrys.com now. Harry's will give you $5 off your first order. Just type in our code TMOS, that's HARRYS.com, and enter coupon code TMOS at checkout for this limited time offer and change the way you shave forever. Hate the fact that he gets all the stuff.
That's it.
You
I
can
got
get
all
it,
the
Mike.
stuff. Miles of
Mike,
razors
I'll
in my
make a
house.
call, or do you want to call, Rob?
I'll call.
You'll call.
I'll call.
Look at how happy he is about that. It is the...
Well, I'm afraid if Oscar calls, he won't speak in English.
Last thing you want to do. It is the last thing you don't want to call. Suddenly we're talking and we're sounding like a rapist. But anyway.
Hey, alleged.
Alleged.
No.
I'm sorry.
Please.
All right.
That's right.
Well, let's talk about what everybody's talking about. I've interviewed Bill Cosby 3 times, I think, in my career.
At least
3 times total, maybe more.
We just mentioned this yesterday.
Yeah.
And now a new allegation.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's that lady Janice Dickinson. Is that?
Do you
want to
hear her allegations? I actually have them.
Yep. She's had reality TV shows, and she's been a supermodel. And in her day, va 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 voom, she was a lovely, lovely
Has
lady.
she ever
and,
had any work done?
Oh my God! I mean, she's one of those poster children for plastic surgery.
Yep.
But now, Janice Dickinson has also come forward. Let's listen to what she has to say about Bill Cosby. This is pretty
After
heavy
dinner, in my room, he had given me wine and a pill, and the next morning I woke up and I wasn't wearing my pajamas, and I remember before I passed out that I had been sexually assaulted by this man. The last thing I remember was Bill Cosby in a patchwork robe, dropping his robe and getting on top of me. And I remember a lot of pain. I don't remember fighting him off. I just remembered what the is going on.
Why not go to the police right then?
I was embarrassed and ashamed.
Did you ever tell anybody about this?
I can't remember that. I don't want to implicate anyone because Bill Cosby is a very powerful man.
I like the way that Entertainment Tonight made sure he's guilty by playing that music.
I'll say this.
Let me. Okay, go ahead, Oscar. You can comment on this first.
When I first heard about it, I was like, okay, it's Janice Dickinson. I saw her on America's Top Model. She's a train wreck. If you read her book or read excerpts from her book, you see that she's had a troubled past, right?
Yes.
If it was anybody else with kind of her pedigree and that delivered that line without sounding as crazy as she sounds, I'd believe her 100%. Though, that being said, I still believe her 80% because there's so many people out there.
Well, what's happening now is simply the volume of people that are coming forward.
Too much smoke.
Yeah.
And look, the credibility of the statement, he was too powerful. I remember I grew up as a kid when Bill Cosby came on the scene as a stand-up comedian, and then he was iconic through the 80s and 90s, and he was extremely powerful, and his popularity was such that it would have been a very scary thing for a woman
to come
forward with those allegations. With that said, we are talking about decades of time that have passed with this man. And, the problem is, if this was one person, that would probably lend itself to the fact that, who knows?
He said she
it was
said.
refuted, but he did settle. He has settled
multiple times.
He's been extremely inconsistent this time around in how he's handled the charges. And here's what's going to happen. I don't think that anyone's going to be prosecuted. His brand is damaged already. They've stopped production on Netflix stand-up special I think they were doing. He had a project with NBC.
Yeah, he's trying to do a
they're
sitcom,
not commenting
right.
on. But at the same time, there's a teeny, teeny, tiny bit of me that says, if by some odd circumstance this man is being falsely accused.
No, can't be. He can't. I mean, he can't.
There's always a shred of a chance.
Well, he wouldn't have settled 3 times.
If you had all the money that Bill Cosby had, and you were thrown this problem in front of you, and you could make it go away by stroking a check, you might do it.
But
maybe
the fact
once
is,
or twice.
But it doesn't change the fact that if he's settling, that means he has engaged in bad
behavior. It's like the Michael
behavior.
Jackson bit. You don't want to believe that he was doing the moonwalk while pedaling, touching kids.
Right.
But
and
too
besides
much. There's been too much.
But here's the thing, and this is the same way I feel about Congress people when they come out. This is a man that has positioned himself as this moral authority,
right?
Especially in the African American community, and this entire retread of these allegations began with another stand-up comedian. I forgot the name.
Is
of
it
the
Hannibal Buress?
stand-up.
Nice
Oscar?
Yes,
I think it was Hannibal Buress, who was on stage calling him a rapist, and that opened this whole thing up once again because Bill Cosby has dissed other comedians that work blue on stage, and Bill Cosby has not just been a comedic factor and a comic actor, he has been a pontificator. He's been very political. He's been very outspoken as far as his thoughts on what is good and bad behavior. And that's the problem.
Yeah.
That compounds the problem that we have.
And also, as a country, we buy into it because when we think of him, at least my generation and Oscars too, you don't necessarily, first of all, think of a stand-up comic, which he was, a nightclub comic. You think of him as Dr. Huxtable.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how he has been. Great dad, great husband, doctor. And he is a doctor, but an honorary doctor. And that clouds your image, I guess. And it makes it harder to see it.
It does. And you've got a guy that, look, I just got done watching a documentary on HBO about battered women. And there was a woman who was just horribly abused by her husband, who was a long-haul trucker, and kidnapped her and took her across state lines and horribly beat her, in most cases with a Maglite flashlight, all the way across the country. And you're in a situation where it's extremely difficult for women to come forward in an abusive situation, and men in an abusive situation. We've got the fact that innocent till proven guilty, and the prospects, especially in rape, I think forever, have been terrifying. And I don't know how you make it easier for women to come forward without necessarily putting the balance of justice out of whack. Do you know what I'm saying? Where, if you make it too easy, then it could be abused. But
however,
at the same time,
the easier it is for them to come forward, the balance is going to be that it's going to be less likely to happen.
Yeah,
but here's the way. Let's talk about the rape allegations. The primary, the rape allegations that Bill Cosby. Most of these allegations
13.
are. I was
now,
in.
14,
13,
with
14
Janice.
with Janice Dickinson.
So 13.
All right, most of them, Oscar, I was in a hotel room. He
Sure
gave me a
wasn't so
drink and he
whacked
gave
out.
me a pill, and I
Yeah.
passed out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So most of these are roofie situations
Yeah.
that happened, and perhaps that when I hear that, when you hear that these women have been drugged, perhaps you say 14. Perhaps there are more of these that will come forward. But I don't think because of the time that has passed, there's any chance, is there, that Bill Cosby would be prosecuted for something like this? Could he be?
I don't think there's a statute of limitations in California, depending on where all of this happened, right? The states that it happened. I think, Mike, what makes this, and Rob, what makes this so crummy, and again, I know everybody can make fun of Janice Dickinson. I just did, but it's still not right. If you're coming out and talking about this, because you still have to talk about it,
right?
And it sucks, and you have to tell everybody about it. And she goes into detail in her statement to ET Entertainment Tonight, where she says she wanted to talk about it in her book.
Yes, I heard this.
But the lawyers, Bill Cosby's lawyers, and her publisher got together, and they convinced her not to talk about it in her book.
So in the book, what is said that the very night that is discussed is that Bill Cosby blew her off.
Yes.
And she's saying now that's a lie, that she was sort of coerced into telling by her publisher.
Well, here, the way I understand it, from so many of these circumstances, you're talking about. Is there a clear memory of the incident itself? And in many cases, they pass out and they wake up. So these have been, these are drugged situations. So it's very hard, I would imagine, at that moment to wake up. You're confused. If you've been roofied, you don't know what the hell happened. You feel your body. You know that it's been violated, but you don't know what the hell happened. And that's a scary situation. Pretty sinister way to do it, I would think.
The one detail that she drops, and I don't know if she does it on purpose or just because it's just the way she remembers it, when she talks about him having a patchwork robe, that to me is the kind of fact that could probably be vetted and say, well, what kind of robe did you have at that time? And why would she know that if he did blow her off? She wouldn't know that.
Also, what does she have?
It seems like they're getting more aggressive to his lawyers and his spokespeople are getting more aggressive.
Gain out of this, and what they would respond. And Mike, you mentioned this earlier. You want to believe. There's not a person out there that didn't watch the Cosby Show for all those years.
#1 show.
That doesn't want to believe any of this.
Right.
That doesn't want to believe this because the person you see on TV is the person you want him to be in real life.
And you know what? It's rare that someone would have that long of a showbiz career and not have any enemies. I mean, he has packaged himself as a good guy since 1960.
Yeah.
Well, and also it does speak to, if there, look, the volume of accusations, the sheer number, speaks to credibility in my opinion. That's just the way. So many women have come forward, but at the same time, we are now dealing with the classic judge, jury, executioner in social media and online and through the media. That's where it's happening.
Trial.
There is, and you cannot judge this completely soundly, in my opinion, without going through the proper channels. And we'll probably never know the answer, and that's the sad thing. But when you get those numbers, it's very, very difficult to look at Bill Cosby the same way. And if by some miracle he really is innocent of this, that's a tragedy as well. It's a no-win situation.
You're right. Even if he's proven innocent beyond a shadow of a doubt, he's ruined. He's
and
ruined
if these
just by the
allegations are true, if this really happened, then I still say, I don't care if it's 30 years, kudos to the women coming forward because they're very brave, still very brave to do this.
13, 14 is a big number, Mike.
It is.
You can feel the team with that
big number.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, it's when you see Janice Dickinson, though, that's somebody who
she'd be riding the bench.
Say,
Don't put her at goalie.
We'll take a break. We will take a break. Come back with more. You're listening to the Mike O'Mara Show. Welcome back to the Mike O'Mara Show. I want to tell you a little something about Cameron Hughes wine. Cameron Hughes finds premium vineyards that have a little extra supply. Then they buy the extra and sell these exceptional wines at great everyday prices. We are getting many, many people on social media that are sharing with us just how wonderful these wines from Cameron Hughes are. Rob, I know you love them.
Oh, I love them. And you know what Merle Rogers, one of our greatest fans, did? She was able to get her Secret Santa done at work for under $100.
Ah, good
She
for
had to go to
her.
she had to shop for 7 or 8 people and went through
Right.
Cameron Hughes wine, used our discount. She says she's going to be king of the office.
Huge.
Or queen.
We're talking $100 bottles of wine for $15 to $20, and Cameron Hughes only buys wine from the best vineyards. So if it's on chwine.com, you already know it's a great bottle of wine. It's perfect for the holiday season. Great as a gift for a party or just with friends. It will not disappoint. Here is an amazing holiday deal. We convinced Cameron to do this for our listeners. 20% off any wine, free shipping on your order just by using the code TMOS. You know it, you love it. Visit chwine.com. Click the microphone in the upper left-hand corner and enter TMOS. Free shipping on wine means big savings as well. You know, heavy, bottles, glass. Huh?
Tell me
Am
about
I right,
it.
fellas?
And fragile.
That's chwine.com. Click the mic and enter TMOS for 20% off and the free shipping. Do that. Make sure you do that when you go to chwine.com. You'll love it like we do. Welcome back to the show. Whoa.
I got some more wine from them.
Oh, you
did you really?
Yeah, I didn't mention it to you guys.
Yeah, maybe, you know what? Put it by the razors.
I think during the holidays, Thanksgiving, Christmas, I may have a little.
Yeah, because that's what you should do with your bowel problems.
I think that'll be.
Okay, but
yeah,
fact.
Oscar says I should. Oscar said I shouldn't have a drop.
Mike, when did the bowel problem start? You shouldn't. The bowel problem started when you stopped drinking.
Oh,
and he's saying
did you
now,
hear my little guy? Did
the
you hear
longer
my
you're
little
sober,
guy?
the more your child cries.
Oh my!
He was
God.
crying.
No.
He waits. You know, sometimes. You know what he does? Seriously, sometimes he comes to the door of the studio and he wants me to come out. And when I come out, he has got the funniest laugh. He laughs like my old neighbor Ed McCabe in my hometown. He laughs like this. That's the way he laughs. He's such an angel. I swear to God.
Yeah,
this
just
little
wants
guy.
He wants second chair.
Love this little guy. He wants second
Can't wait.
chair. He wants second
It could be
chair.
the Mike O'Mara show for decades.
It could be the Mike's show.
I'm looking out the window now.
Mike and
Carla's
Mike.
like outside the front door, and I'm looking. Is he coming outside? Is he coming outside? Bring him in here for a second. Bring the little guy in here, will you please?
Why not?
Yeah, come
I
on.
haven't
You're
seen him in a
excited to
week.
have him back.
I
do
haven't
this.
seen. Are you? Was that a dig?
What a jerk.
Was that a dig?
Absolute jerk.
That is so
Wow.
mean. You are so mean, childless Oscar.
I love
Santana.
kids.
Yeah, you do if they're properly cooked.
No, come on.
That's horrible. That's
Oh,
not even
look at
funny.
him in his PJs.
Oh, and he's got his hair in his rubber sole
It's
length.
11:15.
There.
Maybe we should dress for the day.
Yeah, it's kind of like living with Carrie, isn't it?
Oh, look at him with his long hair. His hair grew so much.
It did. Hey, buddy boy.
What's up, bud? Hey.
guys.
Oh.
T.O. Oscar. Oh.
Hey.
He's
Oh.
And Mr. Rob. Hey, boy.
Oh.
Yeah.
There he is.
What's up, buddy?
You wave.
I'm your
You wanna wave at the
godfather.
guys?
Hey.
Yeah.
This is the guy that's going to pay for college. Hey. Hey.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonder if he
Talkative one.
You can pay, but you just can't complete it.
Here's your binky.
Oh, isn't he sweet? All right, bud. Later. Been real.
Carla did that on purpose. That was making that painfully longer than it needed to be. Shut the door, please.
He's a good boy.
Shut the door, please. Yeah, you're right. I'm not going to drink because of the bowel thing. I measure my days now by my regularity. That's how.
So how is
that's
today
how I do
measure
it.
up?
Ribbon candy today, Rob.
Delightful. Just like you're headed out to the boardwalk and you're
Absolutely.
looking behind the big glass
But
window
that's-
at the taffy factory.
That's better than I've had before. It's better than
Oh,
It's
yeah.
better than the Spätzle I was pooping before.
The last
That's for
time you
sure.
head down to the Atlantic Ocean, make sure you go buy some of Mike O'Mara's anal taffy. Made fresh.
No, I mean, it's slow but steady, and I like the progress. And
Well,
you know,
you look
I still don't
healthier.
know.
You do.
Every
well, I
day it
feel
goes
better.
by.
Every day and in every way, I'm getting better and better.
I am going to the post regular doctor checkup tomorrow, and I'll let you know what he has to say. And then on the 26th, I meet with a
Surgeon.
they surgeon's cut. That's what they say, surgeon's cut.
Is
So I'm not
there
gonna,
no way you can get a second opinion and see if you could actually beat this thing without surgery?
Well, that's the number one question I'm
Yeah.
going to ask, and technically, I have not seen this doctor I'm going to tomorrow, so that's going to be an opinion. And
That'll be
I'm also
interesting.
going to, the better you feel, obviously, you say. But I have consulted with no less than 5 doctors when I was in the hospital, and they're not all put in the same. Surgeons. Yes, I believe surgeons. Their solution for everything is
Cut it out.
Cut it out and
But,
cash the check.
Yes, I think that I'm curious about options, but I will do what's best for me, and I will see what's happening. And I have modified. I modified my diet back when I was in my late 20s, and I was able to. 30 years is a pretty long time to kick this can down the road. I think that's gone very well. But when you get older, it's a different world.
Of the
It's a very
5
different
doctors
world.
you talked to, where do they weigh in on trying to postpone or at least delay surgery? Because when I was first diagnosed with my colitis, I said, is there a way to just fix it?
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to deal with the pills and all the stuff.
That's a big thing.
And they said, absolutely not. Avoid surgery for as long as you can. This was this one gastro guy's opinion. What are they telling you as far as surgery?
They said you don't want to be in this situation again.
Right.
You are
True
kicking
enough.
the can. You are kicking the can down the road. But at the same time, I will wait and see, and I will get the best possible advice I can. And I'm not going to rush into this because I've heard, oh God, the last guy that I saw the night of the meet and greet in Reno, said, "Hey, Mike, I'm going back for my 3rd surgery. It's been horrible. Hey, thanks a lot, pal. Appreciate that. Thanks. Have a good night. Really, really appreciate it."
He said, by the way, this bag I'm holding is not full of quarters.
Yeah, well, that's
it's
right.
very simple. Look, it is very, very simple, and I can explain this without being gross. I can tell you there is a part of the colon that is a weakened area, and that weakened area
beat up.
has little areas that are offshoots, and those offshoots get infected, and when they get infected, your gut hurts, and it happens
How do
again
they
and
get
again.
infected?
And the bottom line is for this, they get infected with you can eat the wrong
Bad
thing.
diet.
You can eat nuts, or you can eat something. But in my case, I was even modifying my diet and still had it happen. Let me finish.
Okay.
This what happened was their rule of thumb normally is that if you have this happen to you 3 times in a year, they recommend surgery.
That's like
It
the
has
old rule
happened
of
to
thumb
me-
for tonsillitis.
It has happened
Yeah.
to me 4 times since August. So I am even more of a candidate for this, but at the same time, medication that I'm taking seems to be calming things down. But I am by no means normal, and that's where I am right now. But as I said, I measure it every single day. I'm terrified of it. I feel my gut every day. I said, is that normal? Does that feel good? Does that feel? You're just constantly in a state of anxiety.
How does the Culver's go down?
Over this? How does the Culver's? Well, the Culver's is low residue, Oscar.
Yeah.
I did not know that. Sorry.
Is low.
What'll happen-
Right now, all I eat is low residue food. I eat low residue food, and it's working really well for me.
Because what happens?
Like white bread and all the stuff they say is normally not good for you. I eat that very cooked turkey, roasted turkey. That is low residue. That is
If
something
you think
for,
about
as
it,
far as a meat product.
Oscar, like something that you would see twice when you ate it, like peanuts or corn, stuff like that.
whoa.
That will get caught.
Broccoli is
in-
not a good thing.
in pockets in your colon. It sticks around. It irritates your colon. and
Seeds,
berries,
berries, probably
berries,
stuff that really, by and large, is
Roughage.
recommended for
Yeah.
a healthy diet.
Remember when Mike was in
not
the shower
good.
and he found a peanut?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
That's low residue.
Call back.
Yeah, top hat on and everything.
Yeah. And no, it did not have a top hat or a monocle.
Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my ragtime gal.
I hate Mr.
so that's-
Peanut. It's a
that's-
really
that's where I am
stupid
with it.
mascot. But
and
I'm glad that you're feeling better. And also, just as doctors say that when a child is teething, it doesn't get a fever. Every child gets a fever when they're teething. They won't tell you that stress is going to complicate this. I think that you are going to have an easier go now that Reno is behind us. Because even
Yeah,
though
it's over, man.
Reno went well,
But Rob,
there
I
was
don't
a lot
know
of
if
it didn't
to be
help.
honest
It
with
couldn't
you,
have helped.
I really didn't think about Reno that way. I thought about selling tickets, and that was stress-inducing.
Sure.
But the show itself, I really didn't. I mean, I told
Had
you
fun.
guys, and I meant it. I thought that really going out there, and I think you guys will agree, was this not the most fun we've had doing a live
Yes.
show?
Oh, it was
as
a
far
blast.
as
Very
preparation.
true.
It was just, it was something where, I believe when you have that attitude going into a show. I was talking to Carla about this as far as our live shows go. Our live shows are the definition of organic. We not only we'll give you an outline and we'll plan to
Right.
do some stuff, but really, ultimately, what happens on that stage, we are hoping that something is going to happen that's going to be fun and funny, and we make it funny. Don't make I don't make any secret
There
about
was a
that.
lot of rehearsal. I remember that.
Thousands of hours.
Yes.
You
But
said
not for the bits. The content itself. It's just the logistics, the spotlights, Jimmy.
Oh, we totally do that.
Oh,
we
that-
totally do that.
the
But
technical
when we
end,
get up there, I mean, I write an outline. Rob writes an outline, and then I write an
I drink
opening
heavily.
series of remarks that I'm going to say. I don't know what direction they're going to go in, and
That's true.
We just always seem to get a wonderful reaction from the audience that just is organic, and it happens. We don't know that lady is going to be coming up on stage when she's playing the trivia game, and that she's going to hardly be able to form a sentence. You had no idea when you picked her that's what it was going to be.
You see, we had this lady, Oscar, who pretended to be inebriated in the interest of comedy.
And then the Tom Engel, that kind of stuff was just great, and I love
So
that.
it's not
as far as the
stress
stress, I don't think I was stressed out about doing the show.
Is it-
Okay, well, that's good though.
Is it? So it's not. You're saying it could. It's not diet. I don't know what it is. All I know is
No.
if
I
it's-
think Rob is right. I think probably if there was stress, it was getting out there and thinking about the logistics of Reno. And I had tremendous moving parts on my end with my family, getting my family up to Virginia where my son could be babysat for the weekend, so
The
Carla
stress
could
was
make it out there.
The stress was compounded by the fact that are you even gonna make it?
Yeah.
Because a week out we weren't 100% sure, and
Well,
I
the timing
think
was
that
horrible.
The timing couldn't have been worse, and I think if nothing else, the fact that Reno is, we can close the door on that, and
Yeah,
then-
you can
and
recover
file
now. You
File
can
it as a
recover
success. That is certainly going to help your recovery. It's one
Well,
less
that's a
thing
lot
on
of
your
stuff
mind.
helps, and the thing that helps me the most is having my family back here and
Yes.
having a little normalcy in my life, and I'm very psyched about that.
Isn't that
But I will
sweet?
tell you this: that my digestive system is so compromised that I get jealous of Beluga when I take him for a walk in the morning. And I
He's
should have known this.
Still firing all eight, is he?
As I am walking out the door today with the little Chihuahua, the little rat on one leash, and then Fatty McPushed-in face on the other leash, and Carla in the distance in the bedroom, I hear Carla say, "I gave Beluga a treat for my first day back. I gave him 2 fried eggs today." And I knew that I was going to take him out into the yard, and I was going to see the results of that. And I look at him, and I said, "Oh, this is great. I'm not functional, but it's, Beluga's colon working like a champ, like a champ." And the great tradition of the double pumper once again today. And all I know is we're going back to
Two
their
discrete
modified diet.
piles. Two discrete piles.
Discrete would not be a word that I would use. I would say that to call what I scooped out of the neighbor's lawn discrete, you know what I should have used? I should have used a power washer and a spatula to get up off the grass what he had only on his second go round. Now, the thing about the double pumper is the initial pump when he has his Play-Doh ass factory that he deposits out there. It's perfect and it's formed and it's wonderful.
Right.
If he goes to round 2, I know that's deeper inside his little
that's the
fat
egg.
ass.
That's the egg coming back to you.
God, it was nasty.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Frankie, not even the size of a small Tootsie Roll. It's perfect.
Well,
every
God
time.
knows.
And
we
it's
know
only
what
once.
Frankie's look like.
Right.
He
Well,
used to leave 'em for
because
me every
Frankie
day.
leaves, and Carla caught Frankie today in the house again. They're just, God.
Where does he
I
poop
swear
now
to
that
God.
I
I
don't-
should have left him at the kennel.
Where
I
does
should have left
Frankie
those
poop
heifers
now that I don't come to your house?
Yeah, where does he
anymore?
go?
Carla
Where's the
caught
spot?
him in the back corner by the dining room table.
You know what?
That's
That's a
where-
good
that's
guess
where
because
he
you know what
got
he used
caught.
to love to. He also used to love to poop behind your drums.
Yeah, I know he did. He loved
He's
pooping
hiding.
behind my drums.
Yeah, he's
Yeah, no,
ashamed.
Yes.
Do you think he's hiding or is he making a statement? That's the question I would have.
Your dogs just disrespect you and you let them. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Bottom
What am
line.
I supposed to do?
Get
Tough
rid of them.
guy. Why
Get
don't
in
I
the
give him
curb,
to
get some
you
new
for a
ones,
week
see what
and use it?
happens.
Get some new ones.
Oh, you know what? We could have had a really great giveaway in Reno.
Oh my God.
2 dogs.
You know what I
Enjoy.
think I'll do? I
What's
think
that?
I think I'll take Mr. Santana's advice. I will acquire over the holidays a brand new hound. I will acquire an Irish wolfhound. And are you familiar? Are you familiar with Irish wolfhound?
yeah.
And I will. And you know what? I will teach him to enjoy the taste of Bolivian flesh. That's what I'll do. Yeah, anyway, so
Problem with the
hallelujah.
Irish Wolfhound, though, Mike, it's a legendary breed for drinking.
I'll speak to him in Spanish.
We'll take a break. Come back with news you may not need. You are listening to the Mike O'Mara Show.
Joe, I like to think of the More Broadcast Network as a family.
Well, who's the father?
Well, that would be Mike O'Mara, obviously.
Well, who's the mom?
Gotta be Katie from Cake and Cookies.
Who's the drunk uncle?
Well, that would be the rest of us.
I would have gone with Tony Perkins.
Check us out, robandjoeshow.com, iTunes, and on the new Mike O'Mara Show app.
For more information, visit us at morebroadcasting.com.
This is the time of year, folks, we talk about Amazon. Amazon is very, very important to the Mike O'Mara Show. The holidays are upon us. Shopping through the Amazon portal at MikeO'MaraShow.com, that remains the single best way to support this show. Coming into the second half of November and the first half of December, the most important time for you to shop through MikeO'MaraShow.com and go to Amazon. Here's Rob Spiewak with our Amazon purchase of the day. Rob, take it away.
Let's look behind door number 1, and we have the Sony WX350 18-megapixel digital camera. Features a 40x clear image zoom lens, superb low-light imagery, autofocus, sweet panorama mode. Mike, start making memories today in 4K clarity. Sony. Back to you, Doreen.
You see, Amazon has everything. If you need it, Amazon has it. Always open at MikeO'MaraShow.com/Amazon. The best way to save money and support this show. Bookmark Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com and get ready for your easiest holiday shopping ever. And we thank you in advance.
News.
People magazine has named Chris Hemsworth the sexiest man alive of 2014.
Wow. How do you feel about that, Mac?
I feel great. He is a gorgeous man.
That's great.
Anyway, the Australian actor's rise. He was Thor. You remember that?
He still is.
Well, what happened? Did someone hit him?
Oh, you guys are just evil.
Thor.
It might have been a bruise.
Thor. Sounds like I'm lisping, doesn't it?
Ethel Thayer.
Hemsworth is Thor. He also starred as Formula One racer James Hunt in the Ron Howard-directed Rush, which probably didn't get the kind of buzz it should have gotten. I love that movie.
I saw it, Mike. You're absolutely right. If you haven't watched it, get it on iTunes or on demand.
Movie.
It is
really terrific.
Especially if you're into any type of cars. Like, it is fun to watch.
I bought my copy through the TMOS Amazon portal.
Based on a true story.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like so many
and
great
real
stories,
cars.
a true story. Really, really good stuff. He was also in the Star Trek reboots, and he was unveiled as the winner on Jimmy Kimmel Live. I wonder how Jimmy Kimmel handled that. When asked who he wanted to thank, Hemsworth told Kimmel his parents for putting this together. That's funny guy, everybody. Model and TV host Janice Dickinson, we talked about it before she added her name to the women who have accused comic Bill Cosby of sexual assault. That was on E! I think that's where she announced that. So you heard it. We were talking about it. We won't retread it. Tracy Morgan suffered a severe brain injury when that Walmart truck crashed into his car back in June, and he might never fully recover. His lawyer says, quote, he's fighting to get better, and there's a chance for him to get back to the Tracy Morgan he once was. He's going to try to do that. This is such a sad story.
Sad story.
We just don't know because of the severity of the injuries that he sustained and the fact that he had such a severe brain injury. He added, quote, he's still fighting and trying to live his life at the same time and trying to get better, and he's just not better. God, I hate this. We're hoping and praying to get him back to where he was, but the jury's out, and I think that I hope he gets whatever he gets with that lawsuit because this is a real
Minding his business.
Yeah.
Just going home.
Dave Chappelle is one of the honorees in this year's GQ Men of the Year issue, and he told them about some of his goals for the near future. Now, I think we can all establish the fact that Dave Chappelle ain't right. This is one of the goals. It involves getting back on TV, but not on one show. Dave Chappelle wants to go on all of them.
Every
he
show.
Says, quote, this is what he wants to do. Chappelle is legitimately crazy, but in a really good way, I think.
He uses his powers for good. Yeah.
He says, quote, for 1 year, I want to do this thing where I guest star on as many television shows as I possibly can. I'll be a zombie in The Walking Dead, a corpse on CSI. I'd be the first black guy to F Olivia Pope on Scandal.
That is so true.
Oh, he's so
watch
funny.
that show.
Oh,
No
I
black
love
guys are doing
Chappelle. Olivia Pope is Kerry Washington's character on Scandal. There's something else Chappelle would like to do that potentially involves you. He says, quote, I have all these weird fantasies. Going coast to coast on my motorcycle and having random barbecues all over America. I will tell you, I share that fantasy with Chappelle. I would like eventually, someday, one of these years to do the podcast where I take our little unit and I head out on the road on my motorcycle and I stop at different places along the way.
Barbecues.
I'd love
but
it.
I just don't think I'm social enough to do that. We'll have to wait and see.
You can't even make friends in Florida.
I know I can. A few months back,
You
Justin
make
Bieber
strangers.
supposedly got, well, they're not as nice down here as I thought they'd be. A few months back, Justin Bieber supposedly got baptized
it's them.
in a friend's bathtub. And, yeah, it's me, Rob, because I'm a dick. Thank you.
No, I never
That's
said
right.
that.
I'm just a big dick.
I
That's
never
all.
said
Hey,
that.
hi,
you.
Mike. Welcome to the neighborhood. Shut up and leave me alone.
When are they gonna fix that gate?
Yeah, look at the dog pooped again.
Yeah, look at that. Look at the dog left on your lawn. I'm not going to clean it up. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. I'm a dick. So Justin Bieber supposedly got baptized in a friend's bathtub, and apparently he's getting serious about religion again. Wasn't he at the Vatican a short time back with a soccer ball?
He was.
Yeah, exactly. Good call, Mike.
Yeah.
Good
Well,
memory.
I'll tell you, Stephanie Garcia is not going to like this, but it's another bad story about Bieber.
Oh,
well, he's
Bieber.
not becoming Amish despite that silly hat that he's been wearing around. TMZ claims Justin is on some sort of religious mission, and it's in California. Yeah, that's where you want to go on your religious
boy.
mission. Supposedly, he's spending 2 weeks hanging out with a pastor and has, quote, exiled himself from friends, alcohol, weed, and other ungodly things.
Ah.
They have a photo of him next to a Christian book called Occupy All Streets. Do either one of you know anything about that?
It's
I do
about
not.
a really, really fat guy.
Yeah.
Occupy All Streets. That apparently proves he's on a Jesus trip or not. Justin
Jesus.
hasn't commented on that, so we'll have to wait and see.
At least he's not. He's taking some time.
Yeah, I think it'll be good. This will fix
Attaboy.
it.
He's a dick. The NFL has suspended Adrian Peterson for the rest of the season without pay. Kind of a surprise to some people. It sounds like he can appeal, but that probably won't go anywhere because an arbitrator has already upheld the NFL's suspension. Adrian was placed on the NFL's exempt list following his indictment for felony child abuse in September. Then earlier this month, he pleaded no contest to misdemeanor reckless assault for injuring his 4-year-old son with a switch.
We're shocked.
Even
this
though
happened.
even though he pleaded no contest, he was expecting to be reinstated by the NFL since the case was resolved, but not a good time to be reinstated. I don't think the NFL is running a little bit scared now, so you will not see him in uniform for the rest
Well,
of the
I think
season.
it's great that with the NFL taking the swift and decisive action, Oscar can stop his ban and go to his first game at the Redskins game.
Yay.
I'm glad you held
Yeah,
tight though.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
No,
Tick
I
tock.
think what is it, December 4th? Is that when it is?
No,
No.
December 4th is when they're statistically eliminated.
That's the Tuesday. You
You know
know
what you
it's
should
so
do? You
sad.
should, use
is I
your
don't
tickets.
even. I'm not even upset about it anymore because
You've given up?
At this point, it's cold out there. I can't expose myself to the elements. They're not winning.
Yeah,
I'll give
and,
the tickets to somebody.
Well, you
else.
want some fun. Take your tickets, go to the game, and run down to the sidelines and argue with Santana Moss. That could be a lot of fun. Enjoy that. Are you
Thanks,
mentally
Richard.
preparing for the family members who are going to invade your house next week? Are they? Well, you're going to another house, Rob. We'll talk about that.
We'll
on the
only
bonus
have
show
about
this week.
65 people, so it'll be easy.
Wouldn't it be great though if you're having people come over? Wouldn't it be great if they stayed like at a hotel? I know that if I had a big gang coming
Wouldn't
down,
it, Oscar?
I think
Wouldn't it?
A new survey by Priceline found 2/3 of us wish our family would find somewhere else to stay over the holidays.
Wow.
68% of people say having a family member or guest stay at a hotel would make things way easier. I totally agree.
Of course.
25% of people who are staying with families say they wish they were staying in a hotel. Then they should.
Yeah.
But they
Especially
can't for some
Godfathers.
reason. Maybe it's too expensive or there's too much pressure for their mom to be at home. You know what the reasons are.
Sure.
16% of people say they would let a body double go to some family holiday function for them.
Wow.
Mike, I know you weren't listening to the Rob and Oscar show when you were sick, but briefly, I had my soon-to-be mother-in-law, I
Exactly.
imagine, right?
Hey, that's a step.
My sister in law, if you will, and then her little daughter. I walked in off the red eye. Nobody picked me up. Took an Uber home.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
This is this week.
This is this past Monday. I walk in. I go, doo-doo-doo-doo, my keypad.
Of course.
Get in. It opens up. I've got mother-in-law on an air mattress. I've got sister-in-law. And I've got toddler laid out on my couch. And I said, I'm finally home.
Yeah.
And it's a refugee camp, is what it
God,
is.
yeah.
It was a refugee camp, Mike.
Yeah. Looked like steerage, Mike. Steerage on the
Yay.
Titanic.
And I walk in, and Shannon was like, "How was your trip?" I said, "Great."
It continues to be
Yeah,
great.
I was like, you know what? How long did he stay?
You wanted to go to the Marriott
I
yourself.
thought they were gone.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the final stat. 49% of people have had sex with their significant other when they had guests staying at their house or while they were guests at a family member's house.
do
That's a
that.
higher number than I would have expected.
Yeah,
Wouldn't
seems
you?
high. Yeah,
Too much
seems
pressure.
high.
Too much Latin guilt.
Absolutely.
Can't do that.
Latin guilt. And now a little something. 27-year-old Richard Van Houten Jr.
Richard.
Pretty high dollar
That's all
name
your season
there.
tickets.
No, it's different,
He's
Richard.
from Hackettstown, New Jersey. He got into an argument with a cab driver around 1:30 on Sunday, and a cop came to intervene. After the cop helped resolve the fight, Richard asked him for a ride to Burger King across town.
Naturally.
And apparently, the cop was in a generous mood because he said, okay. There was just one condition. He had to pat Richard down before he let him into the car. That makes sense. What if Richard had a gun? So Richard agreed to the pat down, and the cop found weed on him.
You idiot.
He would have gotten away with having the weed if he just hadn't mooched that lip to Burger King. He was arrested. They found paraphernalia, too. They found the charges, possession of marijuana and possession of drug paraphernalia. And, well, they should add one charge to that. Failure to walk away from a cop who's about to pat you down when you have weed in your pocket, you dumbass.
Potheads.
Yeah,
We'll
greedy,
take a break.
greedy
Yes.
bastards.
He wanted his burger and his weed.
No.
We'll take a break, come back with the audio vault, and Rob Spiewak right here on the Mike O'Mara Show.
Papa loves mambo. Mama loves mambo.
Podcasts are great, but with all the podcasts out there, how do you choose? Let me recommend for your listening pleasure, Cake and Cookies. It's hosted by Katie Forbes von Herman and my dad, Rob Spiewak. I like it because it's family friendly, and they never use words like fuck, head, bullshit, son of a bitch, and they never say go fuck yourself, because kids don't need that kind of filth in their life. Cake and Cookies, every Wednesday at MikeO'MaraShow.com, a part of More Broadcasting.
It's my 4.0 student right there.
Filth. Congratulations, buddy.
Savior, 'tis Christ the Lord. Anyway, I swear to God, I'm listening to Charlie Brown when I say that. 2 words, people. Free snacks.
Yes.
You love that, don't you?
The best.
I said it. Free snacks. Listen up. First, drop that candy bar. Forget the chips. They're not good for you. Do what we do. Get natural, delicious snacks at naturebox.com. NatureBox gives you hundreds of delicious snacks that are better for you. Try peanut butter nom-noms. Nom, 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 nom. Dark cocoa almonds, baked sweet potato fries. There's 0 artificial ingredients, 0 trans fats, 0 high fructose corn syrup. You'll even find snacks that are low in sugar and gluten-free. You heard that nice mamo, or was it a dad that sent the snacks to his kid? It was wonderful.
It was a father. It was Mr.
Mama.
Corte, wasn't it?
I thought it was
Great
a mom.
for the
No, it's a dad.
college kids. Now's your chance to try NatureBox free with the sampler box featuring 5 of their most popular snacks. Free snacks taste the best. To get your free snacks, go to naturebox.com/TMOS and give it a try. Free. Don't pass this up. Start snacking smarter. Go to naturebox.com/TMOS to get a free sampler box of delicious snacks. Oh, and you're welcome. Without further ado, let's open up the audio vault for today, Wednesday, November 19, 2014. Rob Spiewak.
Mike, I have all these clips here. Let's give them a try.
Let's give them a try.
We start
give it a
with,
try.
I know that you have been a disc jockey for a good long time, and you know that the holidays are here, and you know what that means. The best parody records of the year.
Oh, let me get the explosion ready.
Yeah, I
Hold
think
on.
you're going to
All right.
enjoy this one. This is a Thanksgiving one because, you know, if you want a juicy turkey, you got to baste it.
Because you know I'm all about that bass, more butter.
I kind of like this. I'm
That's
not
the
gonna
same.
lie.
That's the video too that family
Yes,
did.
exactly.
They're the same ones that did the Christmas pajamas, and I watched this, and I actually can't blow it up because I think it's kind of cute. I think it's terrific. Although they're, you know that they're obnoxious.
Oh, I hate
you know
that
they're
family.
all about themselves.
Yes,
you
of
know?
course.
As
Yeah.
a matter
Of
of fact, really, gather that family on the lawn. Okay,
They're
There we go.
playing the hits, though.
All right, here you go.
They've done it twice, Mike.
Keeping it current.
Almost impossible.
Yeah, yeah. Ask
You
Weird
know,
Al.
I like the family, Oscar, except for the dad.
Oh,
the dad reminds me of those 2 twins that have the home show.
Oh,
The
that
two-
show? Yeah, I know the ones you mean. Dick
They're
and
just
Dick
too
1
much
and Dick
teeth,
2. Yeah.
Too much perfect
Flip that
hair
house.
and just a
No,
dick.
no, no.
Yeah, I hate those
Income
guys.
property.
No, a douche pair, I think it's called.
No, but you know what? The father, you want the father to look like John Candy. That's what you
Yeah,
want.
yeah,
right?
you want the father, but
Yes.
no, the father's a Ken doll.
Come to
and thinks
Leesburg.
he's so cute. And don't you when you watch those videos, don't you think it's really all about the dad?
Of course.
because it's like the dad who's the catalyst for the whole thing. All right.
The hated dad, the self-loathing dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Can you validate me, son? I can't, Father. I can't.
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
Kim Kardashian is upset because it's been a few days and no one's talking about her ass anymore. So she's done another interview about her ass, saying that the pictures she took were an art. Oh, Kim, were about not about shock value or her ass. It was about.
I didn't do that.
Oh,
I really didn't do that.
That was the
I
sound of
didn't know
pulling
the,
something
the
out.
individual who loaded these into the machine had 5 of them on there.
Yeah,
I didn't do
sometimes
that.
it just happens. Kim Kardashian's ass is an art project.
I looked at it as this was an art project for me. This was something that was going to make me feel confident and me feel good, and it taught me to do what you want to do. Everyone should do what they're comfortable with, and I'm never one to preach, but I felt really positive and really good about myself. I love the photos. I did it for me. I hope other people like them.
So is she upset that we talked about them? I hope she's not upset.
She wanted to break the internet.
Yeah, that's it. That's
Yeah,
exactly
look,
it.
the bottom line is, I'm sorry. I think that, look, Kim Kardashian achieved her fame by doing a porno.
That's it.
the bottom line. She had a sex tape showing her getting boned by some rapper, and that's how she achieved her fame. She continues to get her fame by having an amazingly large ass that she shows. There's no... Look, you can put art on it all you want. That's what we like. Look at her oily, big ass. That's what she contributes.
Tell us more, Mike.
That's what she contributes to American culture.
Yeah, but to
Now,
be fair,
and
if she
there is
didn't oil it, it'd be awfully squeaky.
There is a tremendous double standard in America about
Of course.
women showing their bodies. But Kim gets the free pass. And I don't know. There's something distasteful about it to me.
You don't have this in the what Ray J's making on a monthly basis off that video, right? Ray J's the gentleman.
No, I don't have
Brandy's
the
brother,
original guy.
Brandy's
that
brother who
banged
had
her.
sex with her on tape,
and she's doing
He
her little
says-
baby talk in the video.
There was a great joke, where Ray J announced that he was making $33,000 a month off that video, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy's like, so basically what he's saying is his monthly income is $33,000 a month,
Right.
Because that's all the
That's
money
all
he's
he's
making
got.
because
That's
he's
all
not
he's
making
got,
hit
right.
records or anything else. Now the question is, how much does Kim make from that?
Probably the same.
Yeah,
Don't you think?
she's just getting paid still
Well,
for that sex tape.
He's the one who sold it, right?
Yes,
And she had to sign off on
good
it.
call, good call.
So I imagine he wouldn't give her more.
On top of that, she's still getting paid for that sex tape.
That's right. She's on top and on
Right?
bottom.
It speaks to our
Wow,
culture
talk about residuals.
nowadays that is who we have elevated to the very tip. What did he say? I
He
missed
said,
that.
talk about residuals. I said, yuck. I'm like, it's
That
been a
is who
while.
we put on the pedestal,
You're
Kim
right.
Kardashian.
You're right.
That's
It's been a while since we've had the hit that we both fell in love with, Gangnam Style. There's
Yes.
a new one that is starting to swirl around the internet. It is Chinese.
Oh.
And it is called Chick Chick. And it's by an artist called Rollin Wang. I have put it on the Mike O'Mara Show
Hey,
Facebook
Wang.
page. Hey, it's a parking lot. I want you to hear it. It's horribly catchy. Oh, it starts. I'm sorry. Let me go to the clip. I isolated the hook.
All right.
It's a young lady.
Are you kidding me?
Dressed as a chicken, but a sexy chicken, mind you.
Is it a sexy chicken?
It's a sexy chicken. I do believe you'll be seeing this in the near future. And
Is
it
this
is
the
again-
whole thing you're playing now
Now
from
I'm
the
going
beginning?
into the full song, and is
All right,
Chick
turn
Chick
it up a little. Let's listen.
by
to it.
Rollin Wang.
He broke. What is the Fox?
Oh, yeah. What does the fox say?
Yeah, he broke that. Rob broke that on the show.
Power 105 WAVA. Hey, how about having chicken for Thanksgiving, huh? Who needs turkey, huh? When we got a song like this. All the way from the People's Republic of China, this is Wang.
You hit the
Talk it up.
post.
I hit the post. That's good.
Well, this isn't so bad now.
We got to check this video out. I'll be looking for this as soon as the show's over.
The thing is, Mike, people say no
Do you
one
see
writes
Rob bouncing, Mike, on your screen?
no one writes a good lyric anymore. I disagree.
He's really into this.
I think it's going to hit. Yeah, so that is a Rollin' Wagon Chick. Hey, that's your Magic Audio Vault. Have a great Wednesday,
Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. I had the wrong thing up here. Time to close the Thank you very much. All right. We got to get out of here. Dry your eyes. Say goodbye. It's just so long. All that other good stuff. Don't forget to go to our Amazon page. Support Amazon. This is that time of year. You know, next week's going to be traditionally the heaviest shopping day of the year. And we want you to help us with Amazon at MikeO'MaraShow.com. We'll be back with a brand new one tomorrow. Have a fabulous day. Oscar, hope you feel a little better.
Thank
I know
you.
You're a little under the weather. For Rob Spiewak and Oscar Santana. It's Mike O'Mara saying so long, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Ciao, ciao.
Now that the show's over, don't forget to go to naturebox.com and sign up to get your free sampler box of great tasting healthy snacks. Forget the vending machine and start snacking smarter with delicious treats like barbecue kettle kernels. Go to naturebox.com/TMOS. That's naturebox.com/TMOS.
Mike O'Mara, Radio Entertainment.